A few days ago, it was on Wednesday, we had a session here discussing the Southwest Summit. The governor of Lagos State, Governor Sanwo-Olu, clips from his speech during that summit. Take a listen to this one, then I'll play the one I really want to talk about. Take a listen, please.
Inclusive, and when dialogue is visionary. Bàdẹ̀jẹ̀má sọ nílẹ̀ káàárọ̀ oòjíire, àjọṣepọ̀ ní mú agbára wá, meaning togetherness begets strength. And it is that togetherness that is one of the beacon and the strength of the Southwest. And so we are gathered here not merely to reflect on our journey, but to reimagine our destiny. A Southwest that once again set the pace for Nigeria, set the pace for development, and becomes the standard for everyone to emulate. Remember too well our history, our founding fathers, our leaders that have gone to great beyond. The late sage Obafemi Awolowo, the late Bola Ige, several of them, who contributed in no small measure to what we see today, what we know today at the southwest part of our country,
And here's the second part of the video that I wanted you to listen to. Take a listen, please.
And so I stand here not only as a humble leader among the Southwest governor, but also as the governor of the largest population in our country, the economic commercial nerve center of our country, a state of aquatic splendor, a state that houses almost every tribe, religion, race of our country, but more importantly, a Yoruba United States that continues to reimage and to set the pace for our country.
All right. The Yoruba United States. Now, you may not say, oh, I don't believe in his politics. I don't care. It's important to assert the identity of your space. And that is what the governor did. It's Yoruba State. The Yoruba, according to him, Yoruba United States. It's a very, very important thing to do, especially in these moments when people are, speaking up and saying things like it's no man's land, it belongs to all of us. You can all have a share. You can all come and enjoy the place, but it doesn't belong to you. Only Lu, very well too. And let me say to those who like this tribalized rubbish, listen, if anything happens, I can assure you, whatever makes you to pack your things and go somewhere tells me you're not from there. In 93, when the crisis happened and there's something called Oso Abiola, and people moved back to the southwest, there were Yoruba people who are not indigenous to Isaleko, indigenous to Yaba, indigenous to Ikorodu, who remained in Lagos. Because Areko ni wọ́n ti dára abẹ̀yẹn, wọ́n dúró torí pé bígbà tó pé àjọ nílùú, although wọ́n mọ ẹni tó jẹ́ indigenous ìlú yẹn. The point is that those who are always shouting it belongs to everybody are the first people to run away when anything happens. And we've seen it happen before. And because they know how to run, it's not bad though. It means that they have a home to run to. You cannot have that and not have any stake in terms of that kind of mindset and then be shouting, we all own the place. You don't own shit, shishi. All you own is where you are sleeping. And that doesn't translate to owning the land. So it's good to have the governor of Lagos State proclaim that it's a Yoruba United States. It belongs to Yoruba people, just like other states in Yorubaland. Everybody is able to move. Of course, we have limits, we have boundaries, even amongst ourselves. We know àmọ́ tó jẹ́ àmọ́ tó jẹ́ ọmọ onílé, ọmọ onílùú, ará ìlú àti èrò ọ̀nà. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó ń pariwo jù lórí social media, èrò lásán ni wọ́n. But the point is that we have to look out for each other and ensure that we also wish each other well, as far as Lagos is concerned. Now, this came out, right? And then there's a particular video. It's actually an old video, interestingly, where I don't know if you've seen that video, where the governors of Southwest were singing the Yoruba Anthem. So apparently, people thought that happened recently, and then they just went on a meltdown on social media, essentially saying things. Let me play you that video, and then you will understand. I don't even have to explain that much once you hear it. Because I don't think it's here. Anyway, let me tell you what's in the video. A while back, the 6 governors of the Southwest had a meeting. And in that meeting, normally they will sing national anthem like we do here every day. And then they had the Yoruba anthem. So somebody pointed out and said, these people they are trying to create a republic. People don't understand the concept of nationhood. Right? If you have not scattered everywhere and bombed places up, you can't become a nation. That's why their land is the way it is. And that's why your Bible cannot think like that. We are a nation. And I remember saying this the other day, that Senator Okoromo, who gave that speech on behalf of Parfashionality, he kept repeating Yoruba nation, Yoruba nation. Nationhood is not necessarily synonymous with sovereignty. We're a nation. With or without sovereignty, you have to have that mindset. And that's what you notice with the way things are done in the Western region, and it's quite different from what happens in other places. So I think they're not used to that kind of thing, and they're wondering, is it that people want to break away? Because for them, if you have not scattered everything, you don't have a nation. Anyway, let me play you that video, and then you understand maybe why they are having that meltdown. Take a listen, please.
We stand. Nigeria song, I'm proud to serve a sovereign mother. Iṣẹ́ wa múlẹ̀ wá, orílẹ̀ ìbí wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga. Àgbéga fàyèrí, ìgbàgbọ́ wà ní pé bàbẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá, ìṣọ̀kan àmìnira. Ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká máa lépa, tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ rere àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Olúwa dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀.
Thank you very much. We are starting yet another Southwest Governors Forum meeting, and I'm happy that all my brother governors have made out time for the very critical meeting. See, they all took this meeting very, very seriously. That's why there's no representational. Everybody is here present to advance the cause of our region and to discuss things that are germane and important to all of our 6 states.
So they sang the anthem, they had their meeting, and it's been online for a while. I don't know, maybe this guy just found it. And so start saying things like, what to do our republic, is a welcome reality, welcome Biafra Republic, welcome Kinikon, welcome Middle Belt Republic. They also, some Northerners were saying their own, Igbos were saying their own, talking about the fact that there must be a national divorce and things like that. The point is that if people want to break this country sincerely, Erobodo lórúkọ Yorùbá, Erobodo was good to pa Erobodo. But that's not even the point. The point is that within Nigeria you can thrive. And they said, oh, Yoruba people have an anthem, that means they want to break Nigeria. To think that having an anthem means independence is worse than being ignorant. Let me tell you one funny thing about Yoruba people. Right now, today, towns in Yorubaland have anthems. I mean, I know a number. Abeokuta has an anthem, Ibadan has anthem, Ile-Ife has anthem, Ilesha, they have an anthem. Many of the towns and cities in Yorubaland have their own anthems. Then the states have their own anthems. Then the Southwest, we have an anthem. And that anthem, we've had that anthem since the 1970s. You know the song we sing every night, every day here when we finish our sessions? Ishewa Funlewa. That song was written by Papa. It was written by Awolowo, set to music by Hubert Ogunde in the 70s, in the UPN days. It's not now. Our towns have had anthems. Ogun State has, not even Ogun State, Abeokuta has had an anthem for a while. I think it was even composed around the time of Fela's grandfather, I think. Right? Máyọ̀ lórí Olúmọ lórí òkè òun pẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ níbẹ̀ la gbé bí mi sí o níbẹ̀ la gbé tọ́ mi dàgbà o ilẹ̀ òmìnira èmi ó máa yọ̀. That is Abeokuta anthem. He was a composer. Thank you. Abeokuta has that anthem. Máyọ̀ lórí Olúmọ máyọ̀ lórí Olúmọ. And then they have Ogun State anthem, which I believe, I mean, even though I'm not from Ogun State, I think it's probably one of the most beautiful, let me say one of the most, because I don't want to offend Oyo State or Ondo State or Ekiti State or Lagos, but it would mean that or Osun State. But see, that Ogun State anthem is beautiful. Ìṣẹ́yá ọmọ Ògùn Ìṣẹ́yá Ẹlẹ́dùmarè Ìṣẹ́ màyá o Ìṣẹ́yá. We grew up listening to ẹ̀yin ọmọ Ògùn ẹ ṣe gírí iṣẹ́ pọ̀ fún wa láti ṣe. Ọmọ rere kì í ṣaṣẹ́, ọmọ Ògùn kì í ṣọ̀lẹ. Ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbẹ́rù Ọlọ́run bẹ fún ẹ̀dá àmọ́ṣẹ́ o. Orin máa jẹ́ káyọ̀ máa dìde. That's just one state and a town. That's not to say those are the only two anthems in that state too. There are other towns in Ogun State that may also have their own anthem. So a bunch of clowns think that just because you have heard Orin Southwest means that, have you heard Ife anthem? Those people, I mean, they just thank God for the kind of fathers, we had. Ife anthem, Ìfẹ́ òye ẹjíkìrì kẹgbẹ́ Ifẹ̀ ga. Olórí ayé ìfẹ́ òye ká múra láti tẹ̀síwájú. Like, you guys should, maybe one of these days, we're going to have a session. I'll just play different anthems. Or the one from Ibadan, Ìlú orí òkè, ìlú ìbùkún Olúwa. Or your state anthem. I think people are just beginning to understand what civilization really means in this country. Because how is that a call to secede? I need to listen to Ile-Oluji anthem. I would love to. Maybe I'll look for it after this. I would love to. Why on earth? I mean, I didn't even grow up in Ogun State. I grew up in Oyo State. I grew up in Ibadan. I'm from Ife. I would listen growing up because I'm on OG TV. You listen to Ishaya, you just know that something is up. And of course, we have the into one concern, multiplayer lekan. Ilẹ̀ Ibiwa, Kagbega. Me, I thought that every group of people would have something that binds them, right? Whether at the state level or at the city level. And I'll tell you why this is important. We are city people. Literally. Yoruba people are city people. There's a saying in Ibadan. And it's actually a saying that applies to every Yoruba city. As a way, we evening of our anthem. Do me a favor, please. All the people telling me different anthems, please send me the links if you can on Telegram at Busui Oris. I would love to listen to as many anthems as I can, because you know, in those songs you can also Tifeti bad. In the anthems you can listen to sometimes the history or something that's peculiar or the uniqueness of the town, and then you have a call to action. It's always in every anthem of every town in Yorubaland. Right? But I was going to say something. If you understand the way we are structured as Yoruba people, right? And Nile Kama Loko. You know, we read the book the other day where someone said that this is certain people in Nigeria, they are a village. I'm not the one that said it though. Said that they are a village people. The idea basically is that the concept of city is new in some parts. But as Yoruba people, we thrive in that identity of being a city person or being city people. And we've been building cities or city states for more than 1,000 years. Nigeria is just dulling us. And this is why even when we are here, because even if you leave Nigeria, you still in ECOWAS, and you still be surrounded by all kinds of human beings, you have to remember who you are, regardless of who your neighbor is. We are not the same. And that's stating the obvious. We're not the same. Because we are city dwellers and city people, we tend to create things at city levels, right? And that's why even our cities and towns also have like this capital. Because a city in Yorubaland, in most cases, is the capital of many towns within a Yoruba subgroup. I'll give you an example. Ijebu-Ode is a city, but Ijebu-Ode is actually the capital of Ijebuland. There are many other Ijebu towns, and I'm not talking about villages. There are many other Ijebu towns that are connected to, that has Ijebu-Ode. All the state and capital, we've been having that thing for centuries. The capital of Ijebuland is Ijebu-Ode. The capital of Ijesha land is Ilesha. And Igbajo man and Esaoke man is Ijesha. Iboku is Ijesha. Ilashe is Ijesha. Osu is Ijesha. Ilesha. So all of them know that that's the capital city for all of them. And because they have that place that brings everybody in that subgroup together, they will have an identity. And you hear things like Ijesha, Talomo, Oriki Ijesha. I think you know that called Ijesha by saying, now I have to sorry one. Omeleni Ateka, Omeleni Ewele. Something like that. I think I remember that bit. Right? Because they have something that now binds everybody in all of those places together. It's not Elebio, it's Eleni, Omeleni Ateka, Omeleni Ewele, and so on and so forth. The point I'm trying to make is that identity, that Orikinye, is an example of anthem. Funluye, that's like an anthem for them, and they've been having it before there was anything called Nai, let alone Nigeria. So for people to think that the fact that towns and cities, they've not even heard about the towns, or all they are hearing right now is region. We are hearing that Yoruba, they have a regional anthem that we've had since the 70s, by the way. They've not heard of states. What would they now do when they hear of towns and cities having their own anthems? And we don't think that in any way divides anybody, because we all have different orikis. We have oríkì lórí oríkì orílẹ̀ tó jẹ́ tìlú. We have oríkì ti àwọn agboolé. In fact, we have oríkì, I'm from Ife, we have oríkì Ogbo, quarters. The town has an oríkì. The Ogbo, the quarters has an oríkì. The family compound, they have an oríkì. Me, myself, I have my own oríkì. And that doesn't mean that it's a concept of identity. You have to be very, very uncivilized to think that that is a way to break Nigeria. If you really want to break Nigeria, if you think that's how to do it, that means you're not thinking straight. And that's why you've not gotten it since. Dr. Badu says Baba Jobe knows virtually all the Oriki. Yes, it's actually that man is a repository of knowledge, of information as far as that Oriki is concerned. Every town has an Oriki. Then every subgroup also has a different Oriki. There's the Oriki of, let's say, I'm using Jesha now, there's an Oriki of Jesha land. But when you go to the different towns within Jesha land, they also have something different that will be peculiar to them. Like, let's say you go to Ilashe. There are things they will say in their own Oriki that you don't hear in Oshu, but there are things that you will hear because they're both Jesha. Then you go into their quarters. Then from their quarters, you go into their families. Then from family, they ask you, what's your own Oriki? You know, I say, this is my Oriki. We don't even know what we have. How complex this is for uncivilized clowns.